Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a Fallout 76 video, and this is about camp building. And unfortunately we're back to missing camps, deleted camps, and I'm really hoping that the update on the 4th of December will resolve some of these issues, but I'm not confident they will. So I thought I had had a plan to restore my camp. When I went missing, I'm losing purifiers, I'm losing generators. So what I've done this time around is I've put a generator on a platform foundation. As you can see here, I'll still lose my purifiers, so I have to rebuild these purifiers, although in this case, for whatever reason, the purifiers were actually saved, which I was surprised. So I don't think I had to rebuild these. But now I've actually run into a newer problem, and I thought I had it resolved, but unfortunately, back to issues. So if I look at my stored item, I have this house on this 1x1 block, and I thought I was good to go, except now I can't place it due to a power issue. So if you look on the right hand side, it says requires power. Now, previous to this, I had a conduit connected to the house, and I thought that was the issue. Just when I created the blueprint, maybe it didn't blueprint the generator, and there's some sort of reference to that generator. But I rebuilt the house from scratch, ground up, and I didn't connect the conduit to the house, thinking that was the issue, but that's clearly not. I cannot place this blueprint or the stored item at all now. For whatever reason, I can't find any threads on the issue. I'm pretty sure someone else must have run into the issue. If you know how to fix this, please let me know. But so it looks like it knows there's power somewhere in your camp, and for whatever reason, it will not place this item. Now, no idea how this is going to get resolved, but I do have power. I did actually restore the power into the camp prior to doing this, obviously, and it's still not taking it. So, but one thing I did do prior to when I was actually rebuilding is I made a blueprint of, I'd made a few blueprints, but one thing that I did, was I made a blueprint with no furniture. So just because I read that furniture that overlaps intersections or overlaps a second object causes an issue, and that's kind of one of the main issues that I saw. So I decided to make it without furniture. So if I had to rebuild, I could. So I actually have one with furniture, but as you can see, I'm missing a whole bunch of parts, and I guess I could go and find these parts, and perhaps I could actually rebuild it without the furniture. And as you can see, it's not a big deal, but I bet you even if I had those, the concrete, the screws, the springs, you can still see at the bottom it requires power. So somewhere there's some sort of bug with the reference to power. Now I have nothing inside that requires power other than the standard, lights or lamps that are kind of standing. There's no sort of receptacles that actually require power. I don't have the recycling lights, for instance, that might require that at all. But if I look at this one, this blueprint, I have no furniture, so there's no requirement for power. So obviously there's something that needs power. So I guess the solution here is to somehow incorporate the generator maybe on top of the roof, which isn't ideal, but that's probably what we're gonna have to do. Like all of these blueprints, these are just generators, so we're just missing parts here. Anyway, so I guess I'm going to have to rebuild. I suppose I could wait until the 4th of December. I was certainly seriously considering that. But that means we're not having a house for that long, and so I could break it down and just place it all on the ground, I guess, right? Anyway, so I think what I'm going to try and do this time and see if it works is I will break down the blueprints, and then we will repopulate the house with furniture, and then we'll try and put the generator, the fusion reactor, on the roof. Now, I'm guessing even the larger generators, which are pretty large, wouldn't make sense to try and put them anywhere. The reason I like the fusion reactor is because you know, the smallish footprint. It's pretty large still, but I might not be able to do it because it doesn't allow me to overlap an object. So I could try putting it on the roof, but chances are it's not going to work anyway. So it's pretty frustrating, right? Now, I suppose the other thing I could do is maybe put a smaller generator in the house somewhere, and then maybe the power requirement will go away, because even though there's a generator, maybe you don't need to use it. But let's see if we can rebuild here, and then I'm not gonna have a choice yet without waiting until the 4th of December, which is a good 5 days away, or give or take, right? So okay, so what we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna go to stored items. I'm gonna hit X here, and that's gonna ask me to delete the blueprint. I'm probably going to lose some objects in the process. Unfortunately, it doesn't save all of those objects, but most of them should be saved, right? So, okay, so as you can see, the blueprint is gone, and then it breaks the blueprint apart, and then it allows us to rebuild. So let's go, and in this case, I'm going to let me actually see quick. Probably not going to allow me to use this because of the budget, but we can maybe clean that up. Obviously, this way you are losing materials this way. Okay, so that actually worked surprisingly with my budget room. So now I have this house with obviously nothing inside of it. Yeah, let's take a look here quick. Okay, so as you can see, just an empty house. You know, unfortunately, I can't put the fusion reactor in here. I tried, just wouldn't let me overlap the floors here. So I'm going to try and see if we can do something on the roof here. I'm expecting it not to work, to be honest. But maybe the roof behaves a little different. So why don't we try and put these guys away. It will store them now because we might need to come back and redo them or use them again if this doesn't work. Okay, so let's see if we can. Okay, so we can put one roof here. Another roof here. Okay, so maybe, very unlikely, but maybe it'll allow us to put a fusion reactor on top of the roof. But because it's intersecting, it's more than likely not going to work. The rules shouldn't really change, just because it's a roof. So we're just gonna store this quick. My other option is just to go with the medium generator. I could do that, I guess. A couple medium generators. Maybe a large generator would work. Have the windmill generator, but it doesn't have enough power for purifiers. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump over to stored and let's go down to reactor. Should hopefully be here somewhere. Okay, right at the bottom. Okay, so it's giving me a green. I wasn't expecting that, but that's interesting. It allows me to place it on the roof. But I'm pretty sure it didn't let me place it inside the house. But let me try that again. Yeah, so as you can see, cannot place items with an existing... Oh. So that allowed me to actually move it or store it. Okay, so let's go try to do this again downstairs. That's where I wanted to have it originally. Place it here originally, so let's see if we can actually make something work here. Place it, I guess, upstairs. Unfortunately, that's what it does. Some of these items are a little too high. I noticed with the power armor. So yeah, it did actually place it back up here. Place it on the roof. Just even if I did get it placed downstairs, I'd probably still have problems feeding it out the windows, my guess. I doubt I'm going to be able to fix this, but let's see. These guys have been a little finicky, but I guess... Okay, that'll work for what I need, I guess. I guess what I could do... Let's see how far I can do this. See what it looks like from the outside, just to see that it doesn't look absurd. It's kind of reasonable. reasonable. Unfortunately, this doesn't look pretty, but yeah, it's not what I want. Gonna look stupid up there, right? But let's see if we can make it a little bit at an angle. I don't know if we're gonna be able to build stairs up there, but we can try, I suppose. So I guess we could try this. I don't think it'll work, but maybe it'll be okay. I'm a little reluctant to connect it to the purifiers just because I think it's gonna break eventually, but at this point I'm just willing to try anything, I suppose. Okay, I'm just gonna fix the roof up here again. I'm just gonna put it back to what it was. Or leave that one there. Might not like the other roof there. Okay, take that one away. Okay, for some reason it doesn't like a roof over roof. That's kind of interesting. Very strict, very buggy. I mean, you should be able to do a roof over roof like that, man. There's no reason. Maybe the connections, I don't know. That's very exhausting. Okay, so let's see if we can restore this quickly. For those that don't know, there's a little glitch here. You can just scroll along if you have it, and you can just scroll to the right. And even if you don't have the plan, you can still place it. Everyone should know that by now. Power armor station. Okay, let's actually try. I haven't tried this one downstairs. So normally when I try and put the stuff downstairs or pop up to the top, I'd rather have it down here. I haven't tried this one yet. Assuming this is in front. This one works better on lower roofs, which is okay, I suppose. spoil these guys. Okay, so I put most of the stuff back. I have no confidence this is gonna save, but I would try and lock at least one of your doors. I don't think you need to lock the doors. I generally make this so that, you know, people can come in and use everything. You know, stop along the way. They can help themselves to my purifiers, to my crops. I don't have an issue with that. And then generally I'll actually lock the top door only because if something does make it inside and I'm AFKing and standing there, I have been killed before, so I prefer not to be killed, but obviously you can still be killed regardless. I had all this area filled with crops and stuff, but of course when you lose your camp, everything gets deleted. All your crops get deleted. The only thing that generally remains is anything on foundation, so just be aware of that. If you're going to build something, put it on a foundation. Anything on the ground would generally get deleted unless it's on a foundation. So like I said, these purifiers generally get deleted, but last time I was lucky and it actually stored those generators. But don't rely on that. If you really want to be safe and you're able to log off and not get disconnected when that happens, then store your purifiers, and then hopefully now if I make a blueprint of this place, I'm not sure what it's going to do because the cable's connected, but possibly what I'll do is if I don't get disconnected, I might try and disconnect the cable ahead of time. Okay, so let's go create another blueprint here. Maximum length, that's fine. So I have a little bit of budget left. I mean, last time I had this nice house up here on the side, but these turrets do use up a lot of 10% of your budget, so I could probably get rid of 2 of those turrets maybe. But I do get attacked heavily by the Murlocs or whatever they call them. Okay, so let's put this inside. Well, there you go. Let's see what happens. Just in the nick of time. As you can see, the pond is empty. So everything restored by the looks of it. Okay, I think I was in the process of moving this guy inside. And save some stuff here. Let's see. Pretty sure I'm missing a table there, not just a roof. So I had a table there. Table there. Okay, I guess. I don't know why that got lost, but it got deleted. Table. This is where I had my previous power armor stand, so it's looking a little bit empty. I guess we can move this guy a little bit, yeah. Just gonna keep that a little bit of budget free, just because, you know, in case, you know, you move camps and then, you know, you need a bit of budget to do something. So a lot of the Merfolk just kind of stay here, so if you're looking for some food, things like that, they're probably a good source of food, maybe a little bit of XP there. That's why I have those 4 turrets there. They seem to do a good job at keeping them at bay. Sometimes I'll have like fairly high level super mutants show up here. Sometimes I've fast traveled and they spawn right in front of me. Okay, so there you go. Like I said, I normally have a lot more crops of corn and stuff, but they all got deleted. I might actually I might plant some corn so I can make some adhesive and some. I've got 1 tater there, but hopefully with the update we'll get some more budget as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, hit the like button. If you've got any questions, let me know. This whole camp thing's very frustrating. I really hope they do some major updates to it to fix some of the stuff. We'll see next time my camp disappears whether it either has saved my generator or now caused more problems with the blueprint. I want to see if the blueprint can restore with that. Not ideal, but hopefully they'll fix that eventually, and then we can actually build on the ground and not have to deal with all this nonsense with the camp system. There you go. Thanks for watching.